Look at that beauty. Rockman, the original one. Star Wars is 10,900. Wow, really? Crystal version is 8,000 in the box. Boxed Star Wars N64 games. Hey there, refurbers and scruffy looking nerve herders. It's me, scruffy looking RGB, and today I'm going to take you to a new place we've never been to before. Saitama Prefecture, Omiya City. One of my old stomping grounds here, and we're at the station. As you can see, there is a Surugaya just next to the station, so we're going to go and check it out. So let's get scruffy looking. All right, right off the bat, we are in the junk. And what do I spy but a beautiful family computer, perfectly golden, 400 yen. It's a pretty darn good, and it comes with the original RF switch on it, which is pretty nice. It is the welded together power board, but 400 yen. That might be worth picking up. And right next to it, we have a FC Compact clone. It's just the unit, but it's very tiny, compact, little clone chun for Mr. Zaku. Only 200 yen. It's more than my morning coffee. Or it's not more than my morning coffee. Okay. PlayStation in the box, junk. Doesn't read discs for 500 yen. That's pretty cool. Got to love the junk section, always. Dun-dun-dun. And we have this beautiful thing here. Man, that box has seen better days. Game Gear has scratches, and it doesn't get anything on it. The screen, there's scratches and busted up stuff, but it comes with the box. The box is in pretty bad shape. It doesn't have this side. But it's a cool little nostalgic kickback. It is 6,000 yen, which is kind of outrageous for the condition. If it was like maybe 3,000 to 4,000, it might be worth it. But that depends on how much Game Gears go for in your neck of the woods. You've got the Xbox controller here, or not controller, remote control. Oh. Got some junk Game Boy Colors, which is not a bad price actually. 3,800 for this Game Boy Color. That's a pretty good deal actually. There is also a nice yellow golden Game Boy for only 3,000, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on it. It's hard to tell because it's stuck here on the wall, but it's scruffy, but 3,000 yen, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Oh, looky here, we have a nice DS. What is it? A DS Lite, the Final Fantasy version. Final Fantasy 12. Revenant Wings for 3,000 yen. That's pretty cool. That might be worth picking up here. Very, very cool stuff in the junk here. Oh, ha ha ha. Look at what I found. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that beauty. Nice and yellow. 3,000 yen. It definitely has screen burn, but it'd be a very good refurbishing project. It says Sasako, or Sasako-san. Sasako's missing her Game Boy. It's right here. That is beautiful. 3,000 yen. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm already liking the deals they have out here. There's a 500 yen N64 controller. There's a 200 yen Super Famicom controller. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. I spy a 300 yen Super Famicom, which is pretty much standard, but it's always nice to see one around. It's definitely an earlier model, definitely not a one chip. Down in here we have loads of PlayStations and an Xbox, just hanging out, the lonely Xbox. We have a Disk System 5000. This is the one with the rough edges, or what do we call it? It's got the pattern on the extension thing here, which means something. It's the one that you can record to. I can't record to. I can't remember, but kind of expensive for that, 5,000 yen. And we've got a Super Famicom here. I don't know why this one is so much, 3,500. Could it be a one chip, or it just has the controller, so that's why. I don't think it's a one chip looking at the back here. It looks like an early Famicom, but it's probably this expensive because it has two controllers as a set. So there's that. I'm interested in this N64 6,000 yen. A little bit too high price for me. Does have the cables, doesn't have any controllers though. So I'll put that back. PlayStation, we got a Sega Saturn here in the box. Final Fantasy 8 for 8,000 yen. That's nice. Oh, we got a Hori Mega Commander controller for the Super Famicom. It's got 6 buttons and all turbo on it. That's kind of cool. I've never actually played with one of these, but I'd like to test one out. That might be worth grabbing today. Ahaha, I find some really cool stuff here. Look at this. Not that. What's this? Mahjong. Not that cool. What's this? Camera for the PlayStation. Ah, this is what I want. Look at this beauty. Controller 2 by Bandai, the Super Controller 2. That might have to come home with me. I found one of these in the junk the other day, but 1,600 yen for this controller might have to go home with me, definitely. But you'll have to find out at the end of the video. I'm sure I might find something even more interesting. Got a bunch of Denshide Go stuff here. Very cool. How much are these going for? Denshide Go. They go for... There's no price on them. Come on. They don't want to show me the price, so we'll get back to that. What is this? We got Neo Geo controller. Is this the one with the stick? It looks to be. 7,000 yen for that? That is, I guess, about the going price for those. But it's a beautiful controller, I'm sure. What do we have here? Uh-oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Don't fall. We've got multi-tap here, 3,500. The Bomberman multi-tap for 3,500. It's got some itami or some scratches probably. The box has some scratches. 3,500. That's pretty good. I see these go for like 2,000 not in the box. Sometimes 3,000 for not in the box, but that's a cool item. We got a Slim in here. Wow, that's kind of overpriced for that Slim PlayStation 2, 8,800. But what's this? Is this the PlayStation thing? What is this? I've never seen this before. PS3, yeah. PS3 for one of those controller attachments. It's a PS Vita, some other things. Here's a cool clear keyboard for the Dreamcast. 1,800 yen for that. Ooh, what's up here? We have a Family Computer Mini. Looks like it's got everything except the box. It's 3,200 yen. That's not bad. Got a Sega Saturn here, loose. 3,400. It's yellowed. But 3,400 isn't too bad. One of those weird controllers that twist in order to turn. Kind of expensive. I didn't know they go for that much, but for the PlayStation, there's two of them actually. Come up on some N64 controllers. We've got a Pikachu N64 controller for 6,100 yen. I remember when I could have picked up the console itself for that much, but we won't remember that, will we? Here is a GameCube Spice Orange, 3,200. These are kind of expensive. 2,100 for this one. And this stick is loose on this GoldenEye version gold N64 controller. We got more N64, 1,800 for this yellow. A little bit expensive. I'd probably pay 1,800 for this purple one though. I do prefer that. I don't know why, but this cherry red one is 2,400. It might be in better condition. The stick, it's hard to tell. More Spice Orange, 3,000. Definitely selling controllers for a bit higher than usual. Here we happen upon the display case, which doesn't have a whole lot in it, but we'll check it out. Starting off in this shelf here, they've got some good Game Boy games. They've got Akumajo Dracula, and I've actually not played this Dracula before. 7,000 for that. Must be a fairly rare one. I don't see it very often. And there's Nemesis back there, which is a really good shooter. It's Gradius. It's part of the Gradius series, and it's a really good one for the Game Boy. But 3,900 yen is pretty high. A few GBA games in there. Got Mother 3 for 5,200 and 6,800. This thing's pretty steep. I want to say I saw that recently for a lot cheaper than that. Even Mother 1 and 2. But I'm guessing this is a prime location in Omiya, so they've got the more popular games for more expensive. Somebody was asking about the price of Pokemon games, and I think this is a pretty good price for Emerald. Or sorry, that's not Emerald, sorry. That's Leaf Green. So never mind that statement. 5,300. We've got, what is it? Tayo something or other. And Ruby for 7,900. Metroid Fusion for 15,000. I'd say that's probably what it goes for in Akihabara and those places. Fire Emblem 8,000. Breath of Fire 5,600. Rockman XA6 for 5,000-ish. Sonic 2. And Makai Mura is 13,000. That one's always expensive. Even 2 or 3 years ago, it was like 10,000 yen, I believe. We got Akumajo Dracula Circle of the Moon. I believe that's one that I own. There's a Hudson Soft collection. Bunch of Bombermans on there. Super Mario. Megami Tensei. Mother 3. Mother 1 and 2. And we've got some Virtual Boy games here. Jack Brothers for 13,000. Interesting. Wizardry for the Game Boy. Pokemon. Wow, really? Crystal version is 8,000 in the box. There you go. Green in the box is 9,000. It's so interesting how the green is more expensive than Crystal. I guess Crystal they got in the North America, but I don't think we got green in North America, if I'm mistaken. I'm not sure. Kirby back there for 6,600. Incredible. Really incredible at the price. All right, we're going to move down. Got Flashback down there for the Super Famicom, which is pretty... Actually, I have no recollection of Flashback whatsoever. It's one of those point-and-click games, maybe. Live Alive, Layers Arithana 2, Metal Max, Turtles in Time 3,600. That's not bad for that. Turtles in Time is a great one. What is that one behind it? Gusun Oyoyo 2. I have never seen that before. Got Vulcan for 3,000, not the best price on that. Fireman for 5,500. As we move down here, we've got something that I would love to get someday. Look at that, Rockman, the original one, in the box. 50,000 yen. About 500 bucks. Quite expensive. Battletoads is also not a cheap one. I believe that's... Look at the original price on that. The original price. It's 1,480 yen. Can you imagine paying 1,480 for Battletoads, the original one? Got Ronald McDonald Land. An interesting Japanese exclusive Famicom game there. Contra for 26,000. When you look at Rockman and then you see Contra over here, it makes it look cheap. Not cheap, but definitely less expensive. Contra has always been one of my favorites. Some interesting games down there. Oh, there is some disk system games back there. No, my fault. Not disk system games. Just other Famicom games. Akuma Joe Densetsu there. For about 32,000. Wow, Rockman 3, 9,000, incredible. Man, I'd say in the fall, back in October, I saw this in Akihabara, no less, for about 3,500. So that is credible. And this one too. This Valis for 21,000. I saw the same Valis in Akihabara, I don't know, for about 2,000, maybe 3,000 yen at the most in Akihabara. This is October. Craziness. Just craziness. And Gremlins 2 is supposed to be a good platform or action game. Oh, there's one I haven't seen for a while. Dropie, the female version of Rockman, 29,000. It's pretty rare. Quite expensive for Legend of Zelda on the FDS, or 7,600. And Bokute Utapa, the Biomiracle, that's a fun platformer for the FDS. Definitely one worth picking up, but I don't know at that price. Got Hitler's Revenge and Draimon. This one, Warwolf. That's an interesting one. I think that's in North America as well. Contra is about 4,800. Star Wars is 10,900. One I'd like to pick up for my collection. And back there, I've got Gradius 2, 3,300. That's what it usually is. But this one here, this, I don't know the name of it. It's like called Princess Ga Ippai. Lots of princesses. And I think the hero was actually like a talent in Japanese TV. And he went through some scandal or something, but it's an interesting platformer. It's kind of a rickety platformer, kind of a frustrating one, but just an interesting mark in Famicom history for sure. All right, and we get to the bottom of the display case. Oh, we've got a Famicom Junior in there, complete with the original controller. That's 14,000 for that. It's got everything. Seems to be in good shape, but I can't really see the face of it. Bunch of Super Famicom games down here. Goemon, wow. Incredible how much those have gone up. Goemon 7,000. Tenshi Kurao 7,000. Makai Mura 10,000, wow. R-Type 5,000. Got Live Alive for 9,000. Street Fighter Zero, wow. Turtles in Time for 22,000. I saw that for quite a bit cheaper recently. I want to say 16,000 ish. Super EDF, Traverse, Starlight, and Prairie. I'm not sure what that is, but I've seen that a couple times. I've got Kunio there, the girls version one. Racing? I don't know what that racing is. Never seen that one before. Rockman X3, wow. 15,000 for that. Some N64 games worth mentioning. We've got Akuma Joe Dracula in the box there. I have not actually played that one before, but it's in the box. 4,400 yen. We've got a bunch of Ganbare Goemon. This is the not so good version, 1,800 for that. 3 copies of that. Oh, we've got Pod Racer. There's quite a bit of damage on the box though, otherwise I might cop it. And we come down, we got Smash Brothers. How much does that go for? 3,800. Definitely not the cheapest I've seen it. You have some Zelda games here though. Some definite damage on the corners of this one. And we got Majora's Mask. Got Star Fox there with the Rumble Pack. We've got Shadows of the Empire Star Wars. There's a little bit of box damage on that, but it's 1,300 yen. That's pretty cheap. I might have to get this because I don't have any boxed Star Wars N64 games. There aren't that many N64 Star Wars games. We've got Pod Racer here and that one, and then Rogue Squadron is all they have in Japan, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But Super Robo Spirits, 2,900. That's pretty cool. Does it have like Majinga Z and those guys? That may be kind of a cool fighting game. I'll have to look in that. Super Robo Tyson. Nope, that's too RPGist. Turok. 1,200 yen. DK. Super Mario Party.
And now for today's pickups. Here is the Super Controller 2 from Bandai for the family computer. I actually found one of these in very rough shape in the Super Potato junk bin one day, and just was very curious about what all these buttons do. But that controller was completely rusted on the circuit board and didn't look like it was worth the trouble to get working again. So I've been looking for one of these, and this is the first time I've actually seen one since. The cool thing about this one is it's never been opened, as you can tell by the pristine plastic bags inside. The controller is in mint condition. I'm really a sucker for controllers, and this one has a pleasing design aesthetic in my opinion. It takes 4 AAA batteries and won't work otherwise. At a glance, it has a rapid fire function, which I was curious about, so I gave it a little test spin. But the control functions are not as intuitive as I thought. So I might do a quick hardware review on this one in the future, but I'll have to spend some time reading the instructions before that. What do you think of this quirky controller for the Famicom? Let me know about it down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this hunt at Omiya Station at Surugaya in the Marui department store here in Saitama Prefecture. This location had so much to look at that there will be a part 2 to this video coming out next week. If you're interested in helping out the channel, please consider joining the scruffy looking RGB crew. You'll get to see videos a day earlier than the rest of YouTube, exclusive posts and videos, and you'll get to use custom emojis, and your name goes in the hat for special giveaways. And of course, you'll get to help out a scruffy looking nerve herder. Thank you all for hanging out with me, watching, subscribing, sharing, and special thanks to my current scruffy looking RGB crew members. May the force be with you. And don't forget to stay safe, but above all, stay scruffy looking.
Who's scruffy looking?